Good morning. Myself, Dr. Krishnamurthy, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Chemistry, JSS Art, Science and Commerce College, Gokak. So last class we discussed about some common steps involved in metallurgical processes. 2 steps completed in the last video. Now we study about the third step. So starting from O, the first step is crushing of ore. It is also called pulverization. So in this there are huge lumps, large pieces of ore. These are broken into small pieces by using jaw crushers. And next, the small pieces are grinding to the powdered ore by ball mill and stamp mill. Then we get pulverized ore. Pulverized ore or simply powdered ore. So this is the first step, crushing of ore or pulverization. In this, a big lumps, huge pieces of ore are break down by using jaw crushers and they grinding into powder by ball mill and stamp mill. Then second step is concentration of ore. Concentration of ore or ore dressing. Then we get concentrated ore. So this is the second step, that is concentration of ore or ore dressing by following different methods, that is gravity separation, it is also called hydraulic washing, then second one is magnetic separation, third one is froth flotation, and fourth one is bleaching. These are different methods to concentrate the ore. This is based on the nature of ore. So next step is, third step, extraction of crude metal. Extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore. This is the third step. This is extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore. This involves 2 sections. One is conversion into oxide. Conversion into oxide. It consists 2 processes. One is calcination and second one is roasting. Calcination and roasting. And another section, reduction into or reduction of metal oxide to metal. Metal oxide to metal. It consists 2 processes. One is smelting and another one is reduction. This is the third step. And the last step, fourth step is refining of metals. Refining of metals. Refining of metals. Then we get finally pure metal. So refining of metals includes different methods. One is zone refining, vapor phase refining, electrolytic refining, distillation, and liquation, and chromatographic method. Chromatographic method. So these are different refining methods. So finally we get a pure metal. This is common steps involved in the metallurgical process. Once again, starting from ore, the first step is crushing of ore or pulverization. Then we get a powder ore. The second step is concentration of ore or ore pressing. By this, powder ore is converted into concentrated ore. Third step is extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore. Here we get a crude metal. And the last step is refining of metals. Here crude metal. Crude metal. And the last step is refining of metals. This crude metals followed by one of the refining technique, we get a pure metal. This is the metallurgical process. In the last class, the first step and second step, that is crushing of ore and concentration of ore, is completed. Today we will discuss about the third step, extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore. So as we know, in third step, extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore involves two sections. One is conversion of concentrated ore into oxide. That involves two processes. One is calcination and another one is roasting. Very important terminology, calcination. So calcination, nothing but it is the process in which the concentrated ore is heated in absence of air or oxygen. Very important. Absence of air or oxygen. So it is a process in which the concentrated ore, in this stage we already get the concentrated ore, it is heated in absence of air or oxygen at a temperature below its fusion temperature, that is melting point, that is calcination. So during calcination, the ore, concentrated ore, loses moisture, impurities, organic matter, etc. And in this process, the ore becomes more porous, spongy and smooth. That will be helpful for further processes. And this calcination process consists, or it is useful for carbonate ore, oxide ore and hydroxide ore. And in this process, carbon dioxide and water are produced along with the metal oxide. So generally this calcination process is carried out in laboratory furnace. For example, carbonate ore are decomposed to form oxide ore. Example, calcium carbonate, that is calcite, undergoes calcination to give calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So calcium carbonate undergoes decomposition. This is thermal decomposition. So thermal decomposition, nothing but the compound is heated to high temperature, then it breaks down into two or more products. This is the thermal decomposition. So generally carbonate ore are decomposed to give oxide ore. This is quicklime or burnt lime. This is one example. Or we take zinc carbonate, very similar example. We get zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. Then dolomite. This is calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate. We get calcium oxide, magnesium oxide and 2 carbon dioxide. This is dolomite. So these are the example where the carbonate ore is converted to oxide ore by following calcination. Here the product carbon dioxide is produced along with the metal oxide. So in case of oxide ore, we take the example bauxite. Second example, in case of oxide ore, this is a bauxite. This undergoes calcination, we get aluminum oxide plus water. Or in case of hydroxide, so these are the examples where carbonate ore, oxide ore and hydroxide ore are converted into corresponding metal oxides. So this is calcination. Once again, calcination is the process in which the concentrated ore is heated in absence of air or oxygen at a temperature below its fusion temperature. So these are the carbonate ore is converted into oxide ore, or oxide ore converted into the metal oxide. So this is the calcination. So next, roasting. So roasting process. So it is the heating process in which the concentrated ore is heated in presence of excess of air or oxygen. That is very important. Excess of air or oxygen. So roasting is the process in which the concentrated ore is heated in presence of excess of air or oxygen at a temperature below its fusion temperature. Here also, in this roasting process, the concentrated ore loses moisture impurities and the volatile impurities such as sulfur, arsenic, phosphorus. These are the impurities are expelled off in the form of volatile impurities, that is S plus O2, use SO2. Similarly, arsenic, AS2O3, this is 4S, this is 3. then phosphorus, okay. So the volatile impurities such as sulfur, arsenic, phosphorus are expelled in the form of the corresponding volatile oxides. So in presence of oxygen, and in roasting it is applicable for sulfide ores. It is applicable or used for sulfide ores. In this, a sulfur dioxide is produced along with the metal oxide, and this process generally carried out in reverberatory furnace or blast furnace. So here sulfide ores are oxidized to keep metal oxide. Example, zinc sulfide plus oxygen gives zinc oxide plus sulfur dioxide. Similarly, lead sulfide, galena, so sulfide ores are oxidized to keep the corresponding metal oxide, and sulfur dioxide is produced along with the metal oxide. This is about roasting. So once again, roasting is the process in which the concentrated ore is heated in presence of excess of air or oxygen at a temperature below its melting point. Here the concentrated ore lose moisture and volatile impurities such as sulfur, arsenic, phosphorus, and in this process sulfide ore are converted into metal oxide along with the sulfur dioxide. So next is reduction. So next is reduction. Reduction of metal oxide to metal. Metal oxide to metal. This involves two processes, as we know: smelting. So smelting is the process in which the ore is heated. Smelting is the process in which the ore is heated to high temperature in presence of a suitable reducing agent and a flux. So smelting is the heating process in which the ore is heated above its fusion temperature. Above its fusion temperature or melting point in presence of or by using a suitable reducing agent and flux. Generally during the sintering, carbon, coke or carbon monoxide are used as a reducing agent, and flux. So flux has an important role in metallurgy. So flux is used as a cleaning agent or purifying agent in the metallurgical process. Flux nothing but it is a chemical compound or it is a chemical substance which are added to concentrated ore during the smelting to overcome by removing the gunk particles or the impurities to form a fusible product that is called slag. That is flux. So once again, it is a chemical substance which are added to concentrated ore during the smelting to remove the impurities to form a fusible product that is called slag. That is flux. For example, in the metallurgy of copper from copper pyrite. Example, metallurgy of copper from copper pyrite. CuFe S2. Here silica SiO2 is used as a flux to remove that impurity. The here impurity is FeO, ferrous oxide or iron 2 oxide is the impurity or wrong particle. To remove impurity, we are adding flux. Here SiO2 acts as a flux which combine with the GaN, that is ferrous oxide, to form a fusible product that is called slag. So flux combined with the impurity or GaN to form a fusible product that is called slag. So slag is a waste product formed by the combination of flux and the impurity or GaN during the sintering process. It is called slag. The important role of flux is it reduces or bring down the melting point of the impurity. So flux is a chemical substance which are added to the concentrated ore during the smelting. So it combines with impurity to form a fusible product that is called slag. This is an example. Here SiO2 silica acts as a flux which combines with the impurity FeO, ferrous oxide, to form ferrous silicate. There are two types of flux. Before that, the role of flux is, one is to bring down the melting point of the impurity, and another it combines the impurity to form a fusible product. So there are two types of flux. One is acidic flux and another one is basic flux. The use of flux based on or depends upon the nature of impurity or the nature of GaN. If basic nature of GaN or impurity, then acidic flux is used. If acidic nature of impurity or GaN, then basic flux is used. Example, so this is one of the example here. SiO2 or FeO is basic impurity or basic GaN. Here acidic flux is used for basic nature of impurity, and then other metallurgical process SiO2. Here silica is impurity or GaN, that is acidic impurity or acidic impure. Here calcium oxide acts as basic flux to form a fusible product that is slag. So acidic flux or basic flux depending upon the nature of impurity. If basic nature of impure, acidic flux is used. If acidic nature of impure, basic flux is used. So next is reduction process. So reduction, nothing but the concentrated or roasted ore or heated in presence of a suitable reducing agent. The selection of suitable reducing agent. Here some ores are easily reduced, but some ores are not readily reduced. In this case, a suitable reducing agent is selected. So selection of suitable reducing agent by Ellingham diagram. So selection of suitable reducing agent by Ellingham diagram. That is nothing but it is a graph drawn by plotting standard free energy change delta G naught. standard free energy change versus temperature for the formation of oxides of different elements. That is called Elingham diagram. So Elingham diagram nothing but it is a graph drawn by plotting standard free energy change versus temperature for the formation of oxides of different elements. So this method involves different processes or reduction. Number one, reduction by displacement. Reduction by displacement. Reduction by displacement or displacement reaction. So in displacement reaction, a more reactive metal can replace a less reactive metal. For example, if you take copper sulfate solution in a beaker, copper sulfate solution, a blue colored copper sulfate solution taken in a beaker and add magnesium powder. Add magnesium powder. Add magnesium powder. So here magnesium is more reactive than copper. Therefore, magnesium can displace copper from copper sulfate to form magnesium sulfate. Here another beaker, it contains magnesium sulfate. This is colorless. Leaving behind this is copper. This is displacement reaction. So a more reactive metal can displace a less reactive metal from the compound to form a different compound. So this is an example for displacement reaction, that is copper sulfate plus magnesium give magnesium sulfate as copper. Very similarly, for cadmium sulfate, if you add zinc powder, to the cadmium sulfate, there is a displacement reaction takes place to give zinc sulfate and cadmium. This is reduction by displacement. So next, reduction by carbon. Reduction by carbon. See an example, ferric oxide reacts with carbon monoxide. Here carbon monoxide is used as a reducing agent. It reduces ferric oxide to the metal iron and carbon dioxide. PCO. So carbon monoxide is used as a reducing agent. It reduces ferric oxide to iron. This is reduction by carbon. Next, reduction by air. Reduction by air or oxygen. Mercuric sulfide reacts with air to form mercury and sulfur dioxide. This is reduction by air. Mercuric sulfide reacts with oxygen to give a metal mercury and sulfur dioxide. This is reaction by air. Then reduction by thermal decomposition. Reduction by thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition. This is fourth one. Reduction by thermal decomposition. Here silver oxide. As we know, thermal decomposition nothing but the compound is heated to high temperature, then it is broken into two or more products. Here silver oxide, it is heated to high temperature, it gives the products. Ag and oxygen. This is reduction by thermal decomposition. So silver oxide is heated to high temperature, it gives silver and oxygen. So next, reduction by aluminothermite process. Reduction by aluminothermite process. Aluminothermite process. Here reaction, before that, thermite process, nothing but it is a polytechnic composition of metal oxide and metal powder. Metal oxide and metal powder. It is a reaction of metal oxide and metal powder. It creates a very high temperature in a very small volume of area and in very short time, and it is used in metal welding and military devices, high temperature devices. Thermite process is used. Here example, aluminum powder. This is metal oxide, metal powder is aluminum, then it gives aluminum oxide and chromium. Aluminum oxide and chromium. So here aluminum is the reducing agent, it reduces chromium oxide to chromium. This is reduction by aluminothermite process. The last one, reduction by electrolysis. Reduction by electrolysis. Here sodium chloride undergoes electrolysis. Sodium chloride in molten state undergoes electrolysis to broken into two products, that is sodium metal and chlorine gas. So sodium chloride in molten state, the molten sodium chloride undergoes electrolysis to broken into sodium and chlorine. This is one of the important methods to production of sodium. So these are reduction. So in this class we study about third step, that is extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore. It involves two sections. One is conversion into oxide, that consists of two processes, calcination and roasting, and the second section is reduction of metal oxide to metal. Here there are two processes, one is smelting and reduction. So this is the third step in the steps involved in the metallurgical process. So in the next class, the fourth step, that is refining of metals by using different techniques, and we get finally we get a pure metal, that we discussed in next class. Thank you.